So smart marketers are riding this wave, and they're right in there creating great video content. Organic reach is so 2012. So if you get more than 6% organic reach on your page, you're an anomaly.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Animaker Genius Talk, a talk show where we interview genius minds from the world of videos and transfer some of their amazing knowledge to you. Today we have a very special guest in the house. I'm pleased to present to you speaker, best-selling author, and the queen of Facebook, Maury Smith. Welcome to the show, Maury. I'm happy to have you here today.
Thank you, Arvind. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
All right, let me just give you a simple glimpse of how this is going to work today. We have 3 amazing sections, and through these sections, we are going to find out Maury Smith's secret to Facebook video marketing. All right, let's get started. The first section is what we call the genius journey. So Maury, share with us your story of being just a simple Facebook user back in 2007 to being crowned the queen of Facebook.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. I actually started on day one as a business user. I got invited to be on a beta test team of a Facebook app, not one of those silly apps that you can play games. Back in 2007, it was actually an app that you could take and teach classes. And so I was on from day one for business purposes, even long before they had ads or business pages or really, business use. And I just fell in love with the platform, and I just absolutely knew it was like a defining moment in my life. I knew that there was something extremely powerful about this platform, and within just literally a few weeks, I just became so passionate about it. And everybody I met, I kept saying, "Are you on Facebook? Are you on Facebook? You've got to get on." And I was showing them how to begin utilizing the platform to network and to build an audience. And as I say, this was in 2007, long before there was real official business tools. And I just have stayed extremely focused from that day. That's been over 11 years, and my passion for the platform has never wavered. I'm just as passionate today as I was back then.
All right, that's definitely an inspirational story. Now, a question that I have for you is, there are a lot of Facebook gurus out there who are teaching businesses how to be effective on Facebook. But as you just mentioned, Facebook themselves reached out to you and asked you to help them train entrepreneurs and business owners to be more effective on Facebook, right?
That's correct.
But that's amazing. Tell us how that happened.
I was thrilled to be able to team up with Facebook. I had envisioned the day for a long time that I would actually be working directly with the company. And I've run my own business for almost 20 years now, in some way, shape, or form involved with the internet and electronic commerce and email marketing and information products. So then, fast forward 2007, got on Facebook. And then it was in 2014, I had written a blog post for Facebook. They had reached out, and then they also asked me to put, they actually, directly asked me, would I be to go on tour with them and throughout 2015 and be an integral part of their Boost Your Business US tour. So we went to major cities, spoke to thousands of small business owners, and I was there teaching and consulting and moderating panels. We had all these wonderful local business owners that had done really well with Facebook. And that was awesome, because part of the every event, the attendees were allowed to come and ask me a one-on-one question. And I have to tell you, it was extremely educational for me as well, because the kind of questions that I got asked during that tour was like people saying, well, I own a hair salon. How do I get more clients? I have a spa, or I have a bakery, or I have a real estate business. There's all these local business owners, and they just wanted more customers. And it wasn't necessarily unique to Facebook, but that's basically what was happening. And it's just been an amazing journey, because that's, I work with major brands as well as small and medium-sized businesses, and I'm always just as passionate about advocating for these businesses as I am advocating for the use of Facebook.
Wow, that's definitely an amazing experience. All right, Maury, we've come to the end of section 1. The next section is what we call picking the genius brain. I'm going to throw some questions at you, And I'm going to find maximum value from your answers. I'm going to pass on that value to my audience. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Let's get started. The first question that I have for you is, you started with online marketing a long time ago. You have seen the transition from email marketing to content marketing to social media marketing. But recently, I see that you've been emphasizing a lot on videos. Do you really believe video is the future of online marketing?
Video combined with messenger chatbots. And because we want to be able to have the easy, simple way to engage on the mobile device, ideally, if we can, keeping the video or keeping the phone vertical. So not, square format or portrait format is doing really, really well with video. Stories, of course, stories is growing 15 times faster than regular feed content. And so what's happening is we're seeing this, we're right in the middle of this wonderful sea change of the way that content is consumed and mainstream television moving more to digital, and more people consuming content on their mobile devices, and not just marketing videos, of course, but binge watching series and mini series, and obviously got Amazon and Netflix and all of these, and now Facebook's really and Instagram really positioning themselves as a go-to platform for being able to consume video content. So smart marketers are riding this wave, and they're right in there creating great video content that their audience wants to consume as well, and to get people to know, like, and trust them, and to want to not just watch passively, which Mark Zuckerberg said in January of 2018, earlier this year, that they really want users to be proactively engaging and creating meaningful social interaction. And so what Facebook's doing is bringing out more interactive features while you're live, for live videos. You can do live polls and gamify your videos. And so it's just, it's amazing. So now where we had, like, the first screen used to be the television, the second screen was the phone or the notepad or the laptop. Now it's like they're being fused, and the first screen and the second screen are one and the same. Plus it's live and interactive, which you could never do with television. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting even for me as a video creator right here. All right, the next question I have for you is, in your experience, what are the 3 biggest mistakes that you see entrepreneurs and business owners are doing on Facebook right now?
Okay, so I would say the first one is, I was just writing about this. The first one is actually not integrating a chat bot, because what happens is that we live in an instant gratification society. People are going to message a page, and more consumers are wanting to interact with brands and businesses through chatbots, through messaging apps, right? So WhatsApp and Messenger are the 2 biggest ones. And so let's say someone comes to message you and it takes you 24 hours, 48 hours, or in some cases, like some people take days, or sometimes even get missed. And that's a hot prospect. That could potentially be a prospect reaching out to them. But if you have set up a really, really simple chatbot, there's a lot of different ones out there. I use one called Mobile Monkey. And people can, very inexpensive, for free actually, even to set it up on their page and to give answers and to automate some customer service, not all of it automated, because people still want to talk to real people. So that would be number 1, I would say. Also, because you can do that right inside of ads. You can do what are called click to messenger ads. So people surfing through their Facebook and or their Instagram feeds, and they see the call to action button is send us a message. They recognize the little messenger logo, and they haven't left the platform, and they just send a message. The second mistake I would definitely say is not taking advantage of video. It still absolutely blows my mind of how many Facebook pages I go to for businesses and brands of all sizes. I love doing audits. I love doing assessments. I go to the page and I can just give them so much valuable feedback right away. And especially now that the info and ads tab is available for everybody, I can just see what kinds of ads they're running, where they're driving traffic. But if they're not taking advantage of video and all I see on their wall is link post, link post, link post, link post with 0 engagement. And I'm like, what is the point of that? Videos are going to get you more engagement. Live video for sure, if you can, is going to get 6 times the engagement while it's live. So that's number 2, for sure, got to include live. And I would say, I'm for sure going to include more video, including live. And the number 3 is actually something that's missing in a lot of businesses is including a call to action. Somewhere along the line, there's been this great myth that's been perpetuated that, oh, you can't sell or you can't ask people to do something and, click or sign up or buy. But absolutely, actually, you should be putting a call to action on every single post, even a simple meme or inspirational quote. Make sure you say, what do you want people to do? Even if it's message us, and actually Facebook lets you now put a little messenger button on your posts, on your organic posts. So thinking about, I'm publishing this piece of content, but what action do I want my audience to take other than consuming the content, right? They've consumed it, but then what? Because that might be your only chance to capture that person in having them go to a website with the pixel or message you or opt in or make a purchase.
Wow, 3 major pitfalls that all business owners should definitely avoid. All right, the next question that I have for you is about Facebook Watch. We're all excited about Facebook Watch, but how can business owners leverage Facebook Watch to grow their business today?
Okay, so this is perfect timing because just recently Facebook opened up Facebook Watch to the entire world. Up until recently, it was only available in the US. And I'm not sure, quite frankly, I don't even know what took Facebook so long to open up to the whole world. And I think they have a little ways to go. I literally was just looking at this morning and they used to have a bunch of great categories. It made it really easy to find things. Now it's just, there's no categories. It's just like the algorithm is picking videos that, excuse me, that Facebook thinks, you want to watch. So for now, businesses, the cool thing is that 2 things here. Number one is just simply by producing more video, you have more chance of having your video featured on the Watch platform, whether you have an official show there or not. So number one, for sure, creating more video content. But number 2, you can actually apply to let Facebook know that you would like to have a show on Watch. And in order to do that, start right away, like you guys here, you're doing this series, you're doing a show, ideally publish video content, let's say on the same day, each week. Let's Tuesdays at 3 or Fridays at 4, whatever the time is, Wednesdays at 10. And then you can even create a playlist on your Facebook page, create a playlist and you say, this is the such and such show, airs every Wednesday at 10, whether sometimes it'll be live, sometimes it'll be pre-recorded, but it's basically episodic. It's called appointment television or episodic. And that is what Facebook's looking for to really optimize the Watch platform, is that episodic content that will draw people in. Maybe even has like cliffhangers and it takes people on a journey and there's a story to it. Yeah, around business and marketing, including in the stories of your brand, of your customers, of your team, of your staff. And so that, real human interest stories. It's just wonderful to be able to draw people in and have them want to just let that, it just automatically goes on to the next video anyway. So that's what I would definitely recommend.
Wow, episodic content is definitely an interesting perspective. All right, The next question that I have for you is about a fear that I see a lot of social media marketers are having today. Is organic reach on Facebook really dead?
Pretty much. And I've been saying that anytime I do my talks all over the world, every other week I'm speaking on a stage somewhere in the country, in the world, and when people talk to me about organic reach, and I say, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but organic reach is so 2012, and it was 2012 that Facebook went public, and over those years, it's been 6 years now, but you can see that as organic reach was slowly declining, so the stock price was commensurate increasing. And so, Facebook, basically, they have this fiduciary duty to make money for their shareholders, and that's the way they do it. They squeezed out the organic reach and they're making us pay. So fair enough, it's pay to play. However, we can, I see marketers and businesses who just don't get it. They just haven't quite been educated properly. I put it that way, in terms of the power and the benefit of being able to press a button and with a nominal investment, $10, right? Okay, if you've got more budget, great, allocate more budget, always with a positive ROI. But there's no other platform that you can place your exact message in front of the exact people that you want, on the exact devices and exact where their eyeballs are. And so unfortunately, organic reach, yes, it's maybe you're lucky if you get 3%, 4, 5, 6. If you get more than 6% organic reach on your page, you're an anomaly. You're an outlier. You've got a highly engaged community that's consuming your content. But for most business pages, it's somewhere between 0 and 3, and you've got to have an ad budget. But if you've got an ad budget, you've got to get a positive ROAS, return on ad spend.
That's definitely a bad news. But as you said, Facebook at the end of the day is still a business and they got to make their money. All right, the next question I have for you is a little bit of a controversial question. So, do you think Instagram is directly competing with Facebook? I mean, the Instagram community is growing rapidly across the globe. And do you believe Facebook is unintentionally becoming its own villain?
Oh, that's a funny question. So another thing I've done in my slides and my keynotes over the last 18 months is I have this wonderful slide with the animated Instagram logo. And I say to the audience that Instagram is becoming Facebook's next Facebook. And so you can see by the extraordinary amount of effort that Mark Zuckerberg, Kevin Systrom, the CEO and co-founder of Instagram, they're putting a lot of emphasis on Instagram. But in terms of is it directly competing? I would say that it's overlapping. So you've got a younger demographic, 20s, 30s, millennials, Gen Z, 20 and under, who are maybe they've tried Snapchat's maybe not for them, and they love Instagram because of its visual, and certainly now that Stories has been out for 2 years, directly copied from Snapchat, that you had a massive amount of users migrated from Snapchat over to Instagram because they love the Stories format. And I know for me, I'm using Instagram much more now than I was, let's say, a year ago, and I really love it. And it's just in many, many ways, Instagram is so much easier to use. But Facebook is absolutely determined to attract that younger demographic. I'm talking the Gen Z, I'm talking the 13 years and up, right? 13 to 15 to 17, right? That pocket. And they're trying to do it with Instagram. I don't know that they can do it with Facebook. It's already in terms of the Gen Z population, it's number 4 most popular app. It dropped down. The top 3 are Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram for that younger demographic. So I don't think it's unintentionally becoming its own villain, as you say, but for Facebook, it's always a both and world. They want all 4 of their major apps, they call it the family of apps, right? Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp. And WhatsApp hasn't even begun to monetize yet, really. So just wait. Businesses that have a global audience or they're outside the US, either or, must pay attention to WhatsApp, because WhatsApp for businesses that's on the horizon, as well as Instagram.
Wow, very valid points that all businesses should definitely take notice of. All right, Maury, we've come to the end of section 2. The next section is what we call Inside the Genius Mind. All right. So I'm going to throw some questions at you. This is going to be rapid fire section. So you're going to give me some quick answers without much of thought. All right.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's get started. Question number 1. If you are starting out on Facebook today, what are the 3 major things that you would do in order to promote your video content and get maximum views?
Number 1, create video, including live. Number 2, have an ad budget. And number 3, connect it to a messenger chatbot.
All right, 3 important points, definitely. The next question is, your favorite Facebook feature that you think entrepreneurs and business owners should take more leverage of?
Facebook groups. Create a group, an open group that's connected, linked up to your page, have a specific purpose for it. Put more like exclusive content over there, give people a reason to join, and then really nurture that community. Treat your group members like red carpet, give them the red carpet treatment, and they're your hottest prospects and your customers.
All right, a very important feature indeed. The next question is, do you believe Facebook Watch will win against its mammoth competitors, YouTube and Netflix?
No. Not in the short term, but we fast forward, I'm going to say 3 years. I think it's going to take them a good 3 years. I think they will be a fierce competitor. I think things could really get shaken up. Not so much with YouTube. I think YouTube, it's become ingrained in our brains that when we want to search for a how-to video, we go to YouTube. You can learn how to do anything on YouTube. I don't think people can get trained to shift over to look for how-to videos on Facebook. Facebook search needs a lot of work yet. Well, who knows with Netflix? I mean, Reed Hastings, the CEO, sits on the board of directors of Facebook. That's an interesting relationship. So we'll see.
All right. So those are very interesting points that you pointed out. But the most important thing that we believe is the power of YouTube is its community of content creators and also its huge amount of watch time. So when I go on to YouTube, I don't mind spending hours watching videos. But on the other hand, on Facebook, I don't really find myself spending that much of time on videos. So do you still believe that this competition is going to be that fierce?
Facebook has an inordinate amount of money to invest. And here's the thing that I think that savvy marketers need to pay attention to, the looking on the horizon, is the amount of dollars that are currently being spent on television ads. Off the top of my head, it's something like $80 billion, 70 to 80 billion in the US alone. It's something like 200 billion around the world. So that's television ad dollars. And as that begins to slowly swing, it'll not fully go to video, televisions will always exist from the foreseeable future. Might be projections on the wall, or Mark Zuckerberg said in 10 years time we'll just pop contact lenses in and you just look and there's your TV. But so long as traditional television exists, there's going to be ad dollars spent there, right? Super Bowl, things like that, exclusive streaming rights. But what marketers need to pay attention to is as those ad dollars are shifting to digital, that's why there's this incredibly fierce competition right now with Amazon, Netflix, YouTube, and Facebook being the biggest players out there right now. And don't forget Twitch. Twitch is owned by Amazon and is really, although they're known for gamers, Twitch is becoming way more mainstream. And so, we've got to pay attention to what's happening in the digital streaming video world. It's early days. It's definitely early days. I know I'm right there with you as well. I don't consume much video on the Watch platform. It has a ways to go. But again, yeah, if we have this conversation again, even this time next year, I'll bet you it's a different landscape.
Definitely, this is an ever-evolving landscape and we never know what the future holds. Yeah. All right, Maury, if you have one message that you want our viewers to carry from this conversation, what would that be?
I would say constantly be educating yourself, especially when it comes to what's working, because you might be using, I see this, for instance, I see people using old strategies on Facebook. For example, they want to share a link, so they post an image, and then they put the link in the first comment and nobody's engaging with it. They think it's a strategy that works. It's like, no, you've got to keep up to date and educate yourself. They can follow my Facebook page. I also have an inner circle. I have free groups. I have paid groups. Follow me to get all the latest. And I've always got my finger on the pulse. So just give myself a plug. But honestly, I mean, the main message I want people to learn is obviously all this wonderful education that you guys are doing there at Animaker, and how important it is to keep your finger in the pulse. Buffer are great people to follow. They have a great podcast. And just to always be learning about what's really working today and be ready and willing to pivot and shift and just always bring that human touch into what you're doing.
All right, that's definitely a great message. We too at Animaker really urge our audience to be updated at all times. All right, Maury, thank you so much for spending your time with us. I hope you enjoyed the session as much as we enjoyed learning from the Queen of Facebook.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Guys, if you really enjoyed the show, go ahead and click on the like button. And if you want to see more of Animaker Genius Talk, go ahead and click on the subscribe button and the bell icon. And if you want to see your favorite influencers featured on this show, go ahead and comment below and we'll make sure to get them for the future episodes. Until then, take care and stay safe. This is Aravind from Team Animaker signing off.